Are the people in your life keeping you on full or making you feel empty? You have to delete what and who depletes your energy. Listen, slide on over to my YouTube channel today at 6 p.m. for my podcast masterclass about deposits or withdrawals. Are your associations making you emotionally bankrupt? Let's talk about it. Turn me up. I'm mic'd up. Join me and let's mix it up. What's good people? How you doing? How you living? How's it going? What's happening? I hope that you are doing well. Let's jump into it. We're going to have a courageous conversation of illumination. I want you to share this with somebody as I'm talking about some of the type of people that you need in your life and those that you really have to excommunicate. Too many of us, we have energy vampires. They're draining us, our sagacity, our self-esteem. We're dealing with those who are emotional squatters, emotional snipers, vision vampires, vision snipers. We're dealing with all types of individuals, knowingly and unknowingly. And you will really know a tree by the fruit that it bears. So it's very important that we're cognizant, that we're aware, that we are mindful of the kind of individuals that we have in our life. Do you feel yourself constantly and consistently tired and drained and despondent and depressed? Maybe you want to check your circle. Check who's quote unquote pouring into you, but in many cases, they're deceiving you because all they're doing is making more withdrawals than deposits. And hear me, people who make more withdrawals than deposits will always leave you bankrupt emotionally, spiritually, financially, relationally, down any alley or avenue of life that you can possibly think of. Are your emotions, are your associations making you emotionally bankrupt? There are three types of people in your life that I realize, and some information I even came across that I felt was worth sharing with you about, the kind of individuals that we really have to be aware of. We don't need to be mad at, we don't need to be angry with them. People will people. People are going to people. You know what I'm saying? People are going to be who it is that they are. And one thing that we have to do is we have to recognize who these individuals are, how they operate, and then move accordingly. That's all it is. Life is too short to be bitter. There's too much life for you to be so low level and lethargic and lackadaisical when it comes to your purpose. Pivot so that you can prosper. One is that there are these kind of individuals. There are these kind of individuals. One is that there are leaf people. Leaf people. There are leaf people on this tree of truth. There are leaf people. And leaf people are individuals who come into your life for a particular season. You can't really depend on a leaf person. You can't lean on a leaf. You ever seen anybody try to lean on a leaf? Of course not. There's no dependability. There's no support. the leaf can't handle the weight and the pressure. Can't depend on them because they are weak. They will slowly detach. They will easily detach, rather. They will easily disassociate. They only come to take. And if the wind hits them hard enough, they will go where the wind blows. Listen, we ain't got to be upset. This is just who a leaf person is. They will go where the wind blows. They have no deep roots. They are weak. And a lot of times they're weak emotionally. They're weak spiritually. They're crying and lying. Weak-minded. Want to manipulate, want to control. Why? Because they understand that they have no roots and that there's a lot of weakness within them. You got to be careful of these people, right? They love you when things are okay. When the wind comes, they will up and leave. When the wind comes, you can't find them in the daytime with a flashlight. When situations and the rubber meets the road and storms come and winds blow, don't try to lean on a leaf, because you'll always fall down. Don't try to lean on a leaf. Don't try to lean on leaves. What you got to do is you got to leave those leaves alone. Secondly, there's these type of people who are branch people. People who are branch people. They are strong. And because they have more strength than a leaf, does not mean that you need to solely see them as just a support system. I like that. You don't need to solely see them as a support system. You got to be careful with them too. Branches are not the most strongest. They've got some strength, way more than a leaf, I'll tell you that much. But you still got to be careful with them. Oftentimes they can break, they can fracture, they can fissure. They can break under the strain and the weight of life. They can't handle too much weight. They can't handle too much pressure. You know, they may stay in some seasons. Some seasons the branch is better than others. Some seasons they're stronger than others. Some branches are even stronger than other branches. Right? Some branches that call themselves branches are just really twigs. They're just really twigs. Matter of fact, here it is. They would break if a bird landed on it. They would break if a bird landed on it, and you're all flustered because they can't handle the burden that is on it. If a bird landed on a branch, it would break. If burdens landed on certain people, they'll break. Why get flustered? Why get bent out of shape? Some people are not built faith tough. And in certain seasons, when life becomes harder, they break further. You have to be aware of leaf people. You have to be aware of branch people. You just have to be. These things take place and transpire in seasons. And that's why I tell people all the time that you got to be aware of your associations. Here's what you have to do. You have to go through the seasons with people. Because people change as seasons change. And matter of fact, there's a vicissitudinous aspect of people who change Not just when a season change, but they change. They have all types of changes within seasons. You got to be aware of that. You got to be mindful of that. How do people respond? How do they act in the springtime? Does an attitude spring up? How are they in the summer? They want to be a hot boy and a hot girl in the summer? How are they in the fall? Do they fall off? Do they fall back? Do you all fall out in the winter? Do they feel like a loser? Or do they continue to act like a winner? Even when they may not be winning. You have to go through the seasons with people because people change. Well, I'm in love with this particular person. I like this particular person. We have a good connection. Da 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 da. Yeah, okay. But still be mindful because people will change. How you met them is not how they will remain for the rest of their life. It just is what it is. Scripture says this: Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. He does not change. Static. We're not that. We change. The only one who doesn't change is Jesus. And you got to change to be with him. He's not going to change to be with you. It's tight, but it's right. 3 people I got to be aware of: leaf people, branch people, thirdly, root people. Root people. These are people who are very important. Why are these individuals very important? Because they will do things without having to be seen doing them, without having to be celebrated. If you call their name, fine. If you don't call their name, that's fine too. They're supportive to you. And they're going to be supportive even if they're not seen. They just want to be seen serving. They just want to be seen supporting. Here's what it is. Here's what I understand about root people. That's why you got to know the roots of the individuals that you are dealing with. What are their family history roots? What are their emotional roots? What are their spiritual roots? This is what I understand about root people. A win for you is a win for them too. Why? Because they're part of the support system. When you think about a root or roots from a tree, you never see the roots because the roots are below the surface. And as high as a tree can grow is as deep as its roots run into the ground. As high as a tree can grow is as low as its roots run deep. Why does a rose only grow to a particular height? It doesn't have any deep roots. A leaf doesn't have any roots. A leaf grows off of a branch or tree. It has no roots of its own. And here's one thing about roots. Roots don't have to be seen. But you better believe that there is a system below the ground that's going to cause you to have some level of vitality, and that's going to cause you to spring up. Can people support you without having to be on stage with you? Can people support you behind the scenes? Can people not pray on you, but actually pray for you as if they're praying for themselves? They're supportive of you even in a difficult time. They can handle the weight. They can handle the strain. They can handle the stress of life. They can pray you through a difficult time, a difficult moment, and not give up on you and not drop your hand and not throw in the towel. I was telling somebody the other day, I said, you know what? Everybody wants to be held. Yeah. Until it's time to be held accountable. Yeah, you want to be held. You want to be embraced. You want to be hugged. You want to be nurtured. You want to be supported. Everybody wants to be held until it's time to be held accountable. I don't want nothing to deal with that. I don't want nothing to do with that. But root type of people are supportive of you, even in a difficult time. Here's what they're going to do. They're going to water you, not just with praise. They're going to water you with the truth. They're not moved by your position. They're not moved by your title. They see you as a person, not as a profession. They want to make more they want to make more deposits than withdrawals. The leaf and the branch type of individuals, they can't help but to make withdrawals. Their support system isn't as strong. But an individual who is like roots of a tree is going to naturally make more deposits than withdrawals. They're not going to leave you emotionally bankrupt. They're not going to keep you tattered and torn. They're not going to talk about you to other people. Why? Because they know that if they take a bone, they bring a bone, they'll take a bone, vice versa. They talk about you to people, people talk about them to you, and they'll talk about other people, and it'll be in a circle, and it'll be in a cycle, and it'll be in a system, and it'll be in a cesspool. Root type of people are rooted, grounded, developed, and here it is. They learned how to grow in the dark. Below the ground, there is no sunlight. It's called gravitropical growth. Gravitropic growth towards gravity. That is what is growing below the ground. The tree is growing in two ways: phototropically, gravitropically. Phototropically, toward the light, toward the sun. We love photos. We love photography. But I'm not talking about a photo that's developed on your Android or your Apple phone. That's just snapped in a click of a button. I'm talking about real photography where you have to hold it up. And here's what you have to be. You have to be in a dark room. The negative has to develop in the dark, because if the light hits it before it's developed, it's going to damage the photo. It's going to damage the negative exposure, and the photo will never develop. Everybody wants to be in the light, but who actually wants to develop in the dark? Who actually wants to get a root system so that not only I can support myself, but I can support other people who are in my sphere of influence? I don't want people in my life keeping me on empty. I want to be on full. I don't want people who are going to keep me on E, because they're going to always gaslight me. And even when I'm full, they'll try to gaslight me and say I'm on empty to try to distort the greatness within me. You have to delete what depletes your energy. All people that you meet are not your friends. Root type of people stay and hang through the seasons. A leaf that you may see in the spring, you won't see in the winter. A branch that you may see in the summer may break by the time fall comes. But root type of people have learned how to endure the seasons. They've gone through the spring. They've gone through the summer. They've gone through the fall. They've gone through the bitter winter. And here's what they did. They emerged as a winner. You got to surround yourself with people who are going to champion the winner that's on the inside of you, who's going to bring it out, who's going to speak to the giant that's on the inside of you, who's going to cause you to rise and take off the disguise and not keep you emotionally bankrupt. Why? Because they want to make more deposits than withdrawals. Depositing greatness, depositing growth, depositing power, depositing peace in the midst of the pressure, depositing suitability to override anxiety so that you can flourish to the greatness of who it is that you are. and into the greater opportunity. Once you sow into this word, I want to challenge you to sow a $20 seed as you support, as you are a root system to this program, to this In the Mix podcast, to this podcast masterclass. The reason you've stuck and stayed with me continually as I've started on this journey till now is because you're a root person. And here it is. I'm rooting for you. Root people know how to root for you. They know how to cheer you on. They know how to celebrate the champion in you. I'm rooting for you to soar to another level. I'm rooting for you to abound in your finances. I'm rooting for you to go and get that next level of education. I'm rooting for you to have the healthiest relationship and marriage that you can possibly have. I'm rooting for you to be all that God created you to be. And I hope you're rooting for me as I root for you, because a win for you is a win for me too. You can sow into this word that you've heard via Cash App, $Dr. Eddie Ministries, PayPal, Zelle, EddieConnorJr, gmail.com. We've been having a super conversation. Drop a super chat, drop a super sticker, super salute, super thanks to you for tuning in, for sharing this with somebody as well, so that we can all be mindful, prayerful, and careful. Once again, Cash App, $Dr. Eddie Ministries, PayPal, Zelle, EddieConnorJr, gmail.com. I would that you would even soar with me in the ultimate way of support by joining my Eagles community. Is where I coach, is where I teach, is where I train, is where I mentor, is where I empower you, is where I just transform your life, is where I just pour all of what it is that I've gained and what I've learned each and every single week. We have courageous conversations. We have transparent truth. It's not a podcast. It's just straight teaching and masterclass, causing you to tap into the vision of what it is. Yeah, it's got a thumbs up too. I know it will be a 2 thumbs up for you when you join, and you can join me even right now. TheEaglesAcademy.com, TheEaglesAcademy.com. When you get there, tap the join now button, fill out the form. I guarantee you're going to be transformed. Go do that right now. Become a part of my Eagles community, my virtual village. Get access in our private Facebook group. Get access to all of our sessions that we've covered, all of our master classes. Get access to connect with gifted leaders locally, nationally, and globally who are accountability partners to you, who are and possibly will be lifelong friendships, business partners, connections, people who want to make more deposits than withdrawals in your life. And then, of course, as I said before, being a part of our live sessions online in our Zoom room was nothing but connectivity and camaraderie. Go right now, again, to theeaglesacademy.com, theeaglesacademy.com. When you get there, tap the join now button, fill out the form, be transformed. Connect with me, follow me on social media at EddieConnorJr, EddieConnorJr. You can get any of my books. I've got 18 books out there on Amazon as ebooks, audiobooks, hard copies. You can also get signed copies of my book at EddieConnor.com. Any of my 18 books, you can get them at EddieConnor.com, EddieConnor.com. I got a litany of resources because not only do I just write books, but I show you how to write your book. Take your manuscript to the marketplace, increase your sales, become an industry authority as an author, whether you are an aspiring author or a published author. You can benefit from my bestseller book blueprint. I made thousands of mistakes, missteps, mishaps. It's been so many teachable moments where I had to really learn by trial and error. Yeah, I had to learn by trial and error. But after all the thousands of dollars that I wasted as well, I've been able to parlay that to go from losing thousands of dollars to selling thousands of books. And you can too. You can do the same thing too. I'm giving you all the strategies that I use to write 18 books. And how is it that I go number one every single time that I drop a book? It's all in my bestseller book blueprint. I want you to get that right now. Go to accessidentity.org, accessidentity.org/author, accessidentity.org//author. And you can download my bestseller book blueprint right now. There's a coupon code that I want you to use so I can give you a discount on it. Just use the word SOAR, SOAR. Put in the word SOAR. And I'm going to give you a hookup on that. accessidentity.org/author to get and download my bestseller book blueprint. I'm giving you everything I've learned in decades in a download. What I've learned in moments and months, you can get it in minutes. Go get it now. Not only after you write a book, people are going to ask you to talk about the book, right? Your words, whatever you're building, you can build it better if you use better words. What picture are you painting when you're speaking? Your words are paintbrush. What picture are you painting when you're speaking? How do you wow your audience? How do you get invited back? What do you charge for your speaking? Right? The reality ought to also match your resume too. How do you connect with people by using the power of language to get all the filler words out, the uhs, the ums, the you know what I'm sayings, and the basicallys and the likes? Get all that out of your vernacular so that you can really connect with people seamlessly and streamline your successful conversation. Get my access, get my, access what I have. It is my Successful Speaker Strategies digital video training guide. It's 4.5 hours of just me teaching you about communication, the art of communication, the science and the secret sauce of speaking. I'm giving it to you. accessidentity.org/speaker. I got a discount code, coupon code for you too. Put in the word SOAR at checkout and I'll hook you up on that. accessidentity.org/speaker to get my Successful Speaker Strategies digital video 4.5 hour training course. It's going to be amazing for you. Speaking of speaking, if you're looking for a dynamic speaker, why would you look any further? You know that I'm the man for the job. So invite me to speak at your church, your conference, your community center, your school, your graduation, your session. Let's make some progression. Add me to your calendar. Invite me on your podcast. All you got to do is email me to invite me. info@EddieConnor.com. And it would be an honor for me to empower you. Yours truly, Dr. Eddie, your main man, 100 grand, your brother. And I mean that from another mother. Family has been fun. But you know, brother, got to run. We appreciate you tuning in. Really do. I want you to know it's been a privilege and a pleasure. A treat and a treasure. A joy. Yes, it has been beyond measure. But I want you, yes, you, I'm talking to you now, to remember to keep the faith and believe it's going to be bigger, better, brighter, peace, and a whole lot of love. Keep soaring higher. You know, I realize the extent of your development is connected to the extent of your investment. What I mean, invest little, develop little. But we're investing much into you as you invest in yourself by developing your purpose, developing your goals and your dreams and your ideals and your ideas, shifting you from ideas to income. Where does this all happen at? I'm so glad you asked. It takes place in our Eagles Academy. All you have to do is go right now to theeaglesacademy.com, tap the join now button, fill out the form, be transformed to shift your ideas into income, your contacts into contracts, really to grow your ideas, your impact, and your influence. You owe it to you to invest in you. And as a result of it, now you are able to be coached and mentored and be a part of our live trainings with yours truly, with me, along with a host of other leaders and trendsetters and trailblazers and accountability partners. No one grows in a silo. The power of mentorship, it takes what I've learned in years and months and I give it to you in minutes. What I've learned in decades and I can give it to you in days. To be a part of our private Facebook group, to get guided feedback through our Eagle's Nest reflections, to get access to all of the content, all the live sessions and the trainings of business development, of financial stewardship, of the impact and empowerment that only takes place when you go right now to theeaglesacademy.com. Again, when you get there, tap the join now button, fill out the form, be transformed. But it doesn't just stop there. You want to develop your book? Then guess what? You are an aspiring author. You need to get my bestseller book blueprint. It's available right now, accessidentity.org/author. All of the insight of what it is that I have used to write 18 books and be a best-selling author. You owe it to you to get your hands on that. You also owe it to you to get my Successful Speaker Strategies download. I'm telling you, whatever you're building, you can build it better if you use better words. Let me show you how to develop your communication. There's an art to communication. Let me show you how to develop that. Go right now as well to accessidentity.org/speaker. And then I am blessed to pastor the Remnant Worshipers Church. I want you to be a part of the church that I am pastoring at right now. Is such a great thing of what it is that God has fashioned us to do. And it's taking place right here in the city of Detroit, 10 a.m. every Sunday. 6 p.m. we have prayer on Tuesdays. And then 7 p.m. on those same Tuesdays, we have TNT Tuesdays. Truth and Transformation. It's amazing. You want to be a part of it. Go right now, trwchurch.org. And then I want to see your face in the place this Sunday at 20470 Hubble Street. I'm doing my best to save you a seat. Powerful prayer, praise, and a preach word. Can't wait to see your face in place at the Remnant Worshipers Church.